Hello everyone, welcome along to episode 4 of our realistic Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 23. My name's Ash or Brommer18, whichever you prefer. Today we've got a big episode for you as we do continue our Chelsea career mode, but most importantly we are now into the transfer window, the January transfer window, and a lot of people have been suggesting potential signings for me, so we're going to get into that. But before we do get into this episode today, I want to quickly remind you that this video is brought to you by my Patreon. On there you can get access to a range of fantastic perks and rewards, such as my FIFA 23 tactics package, exclusive tactics videos for FIFA 23 that won't be shown on YouTube, as well as behind the scenes videos, early access to videos, Discord server access, and a whole host more. Please do go and check that out. Great way to support the channel if you can afford it, and hopefully you'll really enjoy the perks that come with that. With that being said, let's get into it today. Before we talk about what I've got in store for you, let's have a quick look on some of the games that we have played previously. So we started with this game against Bournemouth, which was a 2-1 win in the end. Connor G getting onto the score sheet, which was always good to see. And N'Golo Kante stepping up late on, as we did kind of made it hard for ourselves, but a nicely well worked goal. We had this game against Crystal Palace, which we decided to sim, and it was a very comfortable victory in the end. 3-0 was the scoreline. Raheem Sterling getting onto the score sheet and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang bagging a brace. We had this quarter-final against Tottenham, which I actually decided not to do a live commentary on, because I thought we'll win this game and we'll be able to do a double header live for the semi-final. However, Heung-min Son had other plans. He turned Koulibaly inside out, and Wesley Fofana just stands and watches, really, as you'll see here. And late on, he managed to grab a win for Spurs, and that was absolutely devastating. We had this game on Christmas Day against Wolves, so props to EA for the unparalleled realism. Another 2-1 win for us in this case, and here you can see Raheem Sterling being sent through and finishing them off. 2023 arrived, and with that was a game against Nottingham Forest to kick things underway. It was a really hard fought victory, and in the 85th minute Reece James came up clutch with this absolute stunner to get us the 3 points late on. Let's have another look at that with a proper angle this time. Catches it with the outside of his foot, sweet as a nut. And that is a stunning goal. Finally, we had this game against Rotherham United in the third round of the FA Cup. Lots of changes, as you can see, including Charlie Webster. And it was a fairly routine victory. Kai Havertz finally getting onto the score sheet. It's about time he stepped up, as did Hakim Ziyech as well in the 87th minute. Manages to get the ball, turns with a nice finish. So for one, it does mean, of course, with that win against Rotherham, that we are through to the fourth round of the FA Cup against Crystal Palace. We're going to play that game today, as well as another game as well, which I'll talk about very shortly. And in the Premier League, it means that the league table looks like this: 6 points clear of Liverpool at the top of the table. I didn't expect it to go this well, I will be honest with you. Having said that though, it's important to note that I'm still messing with gameplay settings to make it more challenging as we go along. Yes, I am now playing on world class, but I've now changed the control settings all down to semi-assisted from fully assisted, and some of the sliders are being tweaked behind the scenes as well. So in one of the recent episodes, I reached out to you guys and asked to know which team you started with on career mode, what your first career mode was or will be for FIFA 23, and lots of you got back to me, which was really fun. Thank you for that. So now I want to reach out to you guys again, and I want you to get at me in the comment section. I want you to comment one player, a hidden gem player who isn't well known, who isn't world class, who you think people should sign. Give other people ideas and suggestions about that. They can look through the comments and see, or maybe I should have a look at this player. A hidden gem, someone who is under the radar but really good. Maybe they've got lots of potential. Maybe they're just a lower rated player, full stop, but they're really good for the lower leagues. They've got something about them with regards to their traits. Let me know in the description. My hidden gem would personally be this guy, David Datro Fofana. He's got 90 plus pace, but also over 80 jumping and 80 strength. So as a striker, he's that perfect all-round forward, really agile as well, great balance. He's just absolutely perfect, and he's also only young. Like it doesn't matter if they are young or not, you can suggest anyone, but it helps at the fact that he's only in the mid-60s, but his growth, his potential can go up to 80 plus. I think it's 83 his potential. So he's a really cool hidden gem. You should go and check him out. If we do manage to get through this game against Crystal Palace and reach the 5th round of the FA Cup, I'm hoping that the game will be slotted in somewhere around here, the 11th of February, because then we can kind of show the 5th round for you as well. I don't really want to get into the Champions League games until the next episode when we can show the double header. So we'll see how that one goes. I'll probably be unfortunate and it'll probably come around about there, which would be a little bit disappointing. Now, it is a transfer window. I haven't made any signings so far, so don't fret about that. I wouldn't do it off screen. What we have done is we have sold a couple of players and loaned a couple out as well. If we have a look here on the list, we have got Carney Chukwuemeka, who has gone to AZ Alkmaar on loan. I really liked that. So he's gone there and he's already growing quite quickly. He's already at 69 rated now, so that's good for him. We've also sold Juan Castillo to Alveda, so I'm just glad to get him off the books, really. The fact that we managed to get anything for him at all is pretty impressive, and thankfully that's cleared up a squad space. But other than that, it's been very quiet, very, very quiet. And lots of people getting at me with suggestions, but I really came into this first season thinking I'd like to go with what we've got. You know, at the end of the day, Chelsea signed a lot of players and spent a lot of money in the summer. And I don't think they're going to go out in January and kind of look to build on that. I think they'll really wait till next season. So I didn't really want to go too crazy. Now, there are a couple of things going on. For one, Christopher Nkunku. A lot of rumours going around recently that he's already completed a medical, that they're going to sign him for a 60 million release clause next summer. Which partly plays into the fact that they're not looking to sign players in January. They're going to wait till next season. One, there's only rumours about this right now. The likes of Romano and David Ornstein have reported it, but until I see something concrete, I'm not yet going to act upon it. Two, it says the release clause is 60 million. They want 95 million, which I'm not prepared to pay. And also, we don't need him. He's not the type of player I'm looking for. Yes, we can play up front, but you know, his jumping's 59, his strength's 65. I want a more all-rounded striker. His heading accuracy is 68. I want someone like these two, Victor Osimhen or Tammy Abraham. Now, someone pointed out to me in a recent video, Chelsea have a buyback clause on Tammy Abraham. And straight away, I'm thinking, oh, yes, please. So, these are two that we're looking at. And like I say, it's not going to be in January. We're going to go with Aubameyang. He's playing very well this season. But he's 33 years old, so we have to bear that in mind and we have to look to the future. Both Abraham and Osimhen, not even in their prime yet, 24 and 25 years of age. So one of these two, I think, is really who we're looking at. We also spoke about the centre-back situation. I talked about Milan Skriniar in the last episode and asked for you guys to get at me. Now, he was about to run out of contract at the end of the season, so we were going to try and sign him on a pre-contract expiry deal. However, he has now extended his contract, so we can't sign him on that, so I'm not going to pay this. So he can go from the shortlist. Instead, we have identified two players, Alessandro Bastoni and Presnel Kimpembe. So let me know what you think about those. We try and sign those. I like the Bastoni signing in particular. Young, very, very talented. What we're looking for, he's got the right profile in that centre-back role. So let's keep an eye on that. So on to this game against Crystal Palace today then in the FA Cup. As you can see, a couple of changes to the lineup. We've got some tired centre-backs, so the likes of Koulibaly and Chalobah, etc. do have to miss out with regard to that tiredness. Aubameyang, Sterling, Connor G are the front three. We've seen what Gallagher just did to Crystal Palace in real life against his former club, so hopefully we can get a bit of that today as well. I mentioned how I'm changing the controller settings. Here is what you're starting to see as I try and ease into a more manual kind of gameplay. The likes of auto flare pass, auto shots, assisted headers are all off. And now if we go down a little bit, time finishing should be off. No idea why that's on. And if we go down a little bit, you'll then see the likes of shot assistance, ground assistance, cross, lob pass, lob through pass. All of these are now on semi-assisted. So as a result, we're starting to ease into that manual as I try and make it more kind of tough to play the game and more challenging. Zaha gets a hat-trick in the first or the third round of the FA Cup, should we say. So he's obviously on top form coming into this game. Definitely going to be tough to try and keep him at bay. Sterling, Chilwell. He's going to look through Aubameyang at the far post. Oh, falls to Gallagher from Conte's header. Save from Guaita. Aubameyang claims, does really well, shrugs off his opponent, finds Reece James there, goes for goal, and another save from the keeper early on. He has made two good saves already to keep them in the game. Sterling. Into Aubameyang, he's got a really nice run from Ben Chilwell, and Chilwell through on goal, another save from the keeper. We've got to make these chances pay a little bit more. Jorginho. Chilwell. There's a run on from Sterling there, and it's a really good run, and there's the goal, 1-0. Finally, we get a reward for all these chances that we're creating. It's Raheem Sterling in the 41st minute. Ben Chilwell works a nice ball to him. He just finds a little bit of space in between the right back and the centre back. Klein loses him, and Sterling wraps it around the keeper, who's having a really good game so far. What a good start, 1-0. Sterling, Aubameyang. Back to Sterling, that's lovely play. Can he make it too? Oh dear, oh dear. And it's half time as well. That would have been a really nice goal. And we're unlucky not to be further ahead. Unfortunately, Fofana did pick up an injury, so we are going to have to take him off. I'm going to bring on Trevor Chalobah. Aubameyang's starting to get a little bit tired as well. I'm going to bring on Armando Broja for him. Can someone tell me, is it Broja, is it Broja, is it Broja? I can't work it out. Nice, Conor Gallagher, really good pressing. He's going to look to work the 1-2 with Armando Broja, but he might be able to go on his own. Here's Armando Broja. He's on through on goal. Oh, it's another save. Sterling, whip this one in. Thiago Silva's there, cleared from Ferguson off the line. Comes out wide to Reece James. And there it is, full time, 1-0. Should have been more. We had a lot of chances, a whole boatload of chances. But we do get the win. That's the most important thing. Another clean sheet to add to the collection as well. And look at that. Pure dominance on the stats. As you can see, 64% possession and 12 shots as well. Very nice to get through to the 5th round. So we're going to jump straight into this game against Southampton. We're going to do play attack only highlights and take the risk again. Just a couple of changes to the lineup. Mason Mount in for Conor Gallagher. Christian Pulisic in for Reece James as well. And Koulibaly returns to the team, as does Wesley Fofana as well. Chilwell drops to the bench and Marc Cucurella will go at left wing back. So, let's give this a bash, shall we? Right, so, Chelsea counter-attack. 5 minutes gone. Let's see what we got. N'Golo Kante. We've got Aubameyang running in, trying to make that run, but whether or not he's got the pace to kind of deal with that ball, no he doesn't. Back out to Jorginho. He's got someone at the back post. It's Mason Mount there. Oh, it's a good save from McCarthy as we do get a penalty in the 37th minute. Oh, God. I don't want him with his silly little hop, skip and jump. Oh, he's our best penalty taker. That's ridiculous. Let's see what we got then. Oh, it's saved. It's saved from McCarthy again. Dear me. There's not much better I could have done with the placement of that. Is there Raphael? Jorginho. Oh. Disappointing crossing opportunity, apparently. That's a strange crossing opportunity from our own halfway line, isn't it? Mason Mount. Let's try and cut back in on his right. Oh, there you go. Chelsea solo run. It's Aubameyang then in the 18th minute. Now this is an opportunity, really is. We need Mason Mount to make that run, and he has done so as well. And this surely has got to be a goal in the 18th minute. There it is, Mason Mount. Finally, we get the breakthrough. I was beginning to worry a little bit there, I will be honest, but that was a pretty easy goal. Certainly wasn't a solo run, was it? Neither is this one. 89th minute. We've got, is that Havertz on the left coming through again? No, it's Mason Mount again this time. Another opportunity. Can we cut back onto his right and have a go? Oh, it's blocked. And there it is. Full time, 1-0. A very, very dominant performance. It was relentless attacking opportunities. And we should have done better, really. We had that Jorginho penalty. I felt like I couldn't really place it in the corner any more than I already did. Just a really good save from Alex McCarthy. We'll have another look at it here. I'll be honest, that's right in the corner. It really is. Have another look here. It's a strange penalty. It like dinks. I don't know why it does that. But it's a fantastic save. Really, really is. In the end, though, we cannot argue. A 1-0 win. Very, very nice indeed. And it has left the league table looking like this. 6 points clear now. It looks like Liverpool have dropped some points somewhere along the way. If we just have a quick look here and if we can find it. They beat Wolves. They beat Tottenham, so maybe could have sworn. Oh, so they drew against Brighton. That's what it was. And so as a result, we are now 6 points clear. So we're now into transfer deadline day, and a couple of notices. Kimpembe and Leao have just arranged transfers somewhere else. Leao's gone to PSG and Kimpembe's gone to Leverkusen. So as a result, we won't be signing them. Might as well strike them off the list. And like I say, I am a little bit tempted to go in, but I don't really want to panic at this stage. And also, you know, like I say, I want to go for the rest of the season with what we've got and really give that a good go. We do have an offer for Hakim Ziyech from Spurs, but it's not a brilliant offer. They're offering us Brian Hill and also 11 million. I don't want him, I'll be honest. You can keep him, lads. A loan offer from Real Madrid for Conor Gallagher. That kind of came out of nowhere. No buy option, nothing. So we've had an offer for Kepa from Ajax for 21 million. And you know what? I quite like that deal, to be honest. I really do. Just trying to think about it now. Because it's a little bit short for backup keepers, but we've not actually had to use a backup keeper so far. Mendy has played every game. So, you know, I'm not really conscious about that. I think that's a good kind of deal for us. I think it's a sort of keeper that Ajax would like with his distribution. And listen, I know people are going to be annoyed that I'm selling Kepa, but at the end of the day, we're not going to play him. Why would we play Kepa over Mendy? It's not going to happen. And in my opinion, when Mendy does return from injury, he will be in the team over Kepa in real life. So I'm going to go with that 21 million. We're going to accept that and hope that it goes through. Because that would be a really good deal for us. So unfortunately, it's not happening. So as it turns out, we've got Tottenham in the Cup yet again, this time the FA Cup, and it isn't even until March, so we're not going to get through that in February at all. So that will probably be in the next episode. Obviously, we did lose to them in the League Cup quarter-final in the previous run of games that I showed you at the start of the episode. And I'll be honest, like I didn't do that live because I was a bit complacent. I thought we'll get through that game and then we'll do the semi-final double header in this episode. But they kind of sucker punched us. So deadline day has been and gone now. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to look to start making signings for the next season ahead. And I think we're actually going to start with Tammy Abraham because his buyback clause activates in 2023, which in this career mode this season now it is 2023. And of course he won't join until the summer. So that's when it activates. And it is apparently for 67 million. So I think we're going to go ahead and do this, and it's going to be a really exciting deal. So they're just going to offer them flat out 67 million. I think their asking price was 64, so they should accept that. We're going to his negotiations. We'll offer him an important squad role. I see him as the main striker. We're going to offer him a 5-year deal as well. We should be absolutely fine with that. Going into the wages next, as we don't need the release clause. Let's see what he wants. He's currently on £86,000 a week. I think it'll be well into the 100k mark. I really do. We will offer him something along the lines of, let's say, 120. Signing bonus can be, I think something will be in the millions. Let's say 2 million. And we'll add a bonus for goals as well. If you can get 20 goals, you can get another bonus of, let's say, 800,000. That should be okay. Yes, a reasonable offer. My client is happy with that. So Tammy Abraham becomes the first signing of this career mode. I don't know what you guys think. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments down below. But I absolutely love that signing. Unreal signing. Great to have him back. Don't know why they sold him in the first place. And very, very happy with that. Well, it's the first time the transfer analyst has been used in this career mode. And I've been given an F. Just delete this feature, please. He's the same rating as Aubameyang and he's 8 years younger. How can it be on a 5-year deal? Could have saved you 18.3 million. I've offered what his buyback clause is. It's realistic. Oh my good God. This is an absolute joke. Please, why is this feature in the game? It is absolutely mind-boggling to me. He's on lower wages. He's just better than Aubameyang. A good squad player. Oh, it's just an absolute joke, man. It really is. I mean, how are you gonna tell me that Tammy Abraham is an F? They bought him back for the clause that they agreed. What are you going on about? This feature has to go. It has to go. Why is it here? Just an absolute joke. Look, even Raphael's getting up. Look at him, Rafa. It's a joke, isn't it, mate? He's rattled about it. So, moving on. I am looking at another centre-back for the new season. Obviously, Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta, these guys are obviously regressing. Azpilicueta's probably leaving. We have extended Thiago Silva's contract, which we'll talk about shortly. So we need another centre-back in or two. I'm looking at Bastoni, but I'm going to throw it out to you guys. I will hold off on this one. If you have any other suggestions for centre-backs before I go out and formulate my own, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. I should also let you know that we've extended a couple of contracts. Thiago Silva got an extra year, as of course I do kind of class him as the captain, so I would like to keep that kind of influence around. The likes of N'Golo Kante, he got 2 years performing at the top of his game. He's actually increased an overall rating, so absolutely we are keeping him around for some time. I'm pretty sure Jorginho is another one whose contract was running out. He's been very, very good this season, so we did extend his deal as well, and hopefully he can keep at the form again. Look, he's increased an overall rating as well. We're going to start to look at these guys soon as well, whose contracts are expiring next season. We've got the likes of Mount. We're not going to be holding around on that one. We want to get that one done. Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. He's out on loan at the moment. I'd love to get him back and really test out what he can do, because that'd be really fun. The likes of Ian Matson as well, a player who I like in real life. Hopefully we can try and boost him a little bit as well. Some of these others like Loftus-Cheek, etc. is going to go. We do have him transfer listed. Christian Pulisic, we would like to keep him, but I think in real life he's kind of disappointed with the amount of game time he's been getting, and he's been talking about kind of moving on. So maybe realistic purposes we look to kind of maybe move him on for that reason, which is a shame because he's a player that I do like, but we just can't quite fit him into our plans at the moment. With that being said, we're going to round the episode off there. For the next episode, I think we could have a triple header, 2 games against Leipzig and Spurs, or we kind of gloss over those games altogether and look towards the next month in which we've got a triple header, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal. So we'll see how that one goes. The standings at the moment looking very, very healthy. Hopefully we can keep this going. Like I say, I'm trying to increase the difficulty as much as I can as we go along the way as well. So please do bear that in mind. If you have enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, ring the bell. Check out the links down below, the link to my Patreon, great perks and rewards on there, as well as a link to my second channel, Brommer Plays, and my Twitter account. Give me a follow on there if you'd like to as well. With that being said, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and until next time, I will see you soon.